Adamu as he also take a swipe at Professor Wole Soyinka by Abdulkadir Salahuddin. The article with the above title went viral some days ago. You find it on Facebook and on different social media platforms. It was and still being repeatedly shared on WhatsApp. I have personally received it from different persons and seen it shared in different WhatsApp groups which I am a member. To set the record straight, this article was published almost a decade ago, 2012 precisely. Could this be a clickbait headline? Possibly, but this is spammy and misleading. The way it was ingeniously manipulated to make it seem as if Adamu just wrote it is unwelcomingly questionable. What do these news media want to achieve, or what do Nigerians want to achieve, or thereabout, otherwise? To be clear, Adamu at the end of the article was described as Nigerian Honorable Minister of Higher Education. Many are by this hoodwinked to think he wrote the article as a minister. However, he wrote it when he was not dreaming of becoming a minister, or was he dreaming of it? Whatever be the case, he was not a minister in 2012, full stop. It is a known fact that Nigeria presently has many fissures and cleavages. The adherents of the major religion in the country are struggling to live together in peace. The cacophonic song of restructuring is deafening. Secessionists are spiting Bristone's protests in demonizing and demonstrating in a supposedly democratic Nigeria. Similarly, protesters and human rights activists are criminalized. Who governs Nigeria between the presidency and the bandits could not be clearly determined. Therefore, it is no right time to pit Adamu against Soyinka. It is like pitting the North against the South and the Muslim against the pagan African traditionalists. We don't need this. Professor Wole Soyinka is a well-known person and literate. Adamu is not less known either. Though not a professor, not even a PhD, he has been a role model to many professors. His cerebral quality or wealth of knowledge surpasses those of many professed professors. If you are not comfortable with this fact, it is your right to disagree, and he stands to be corrected. Many come to know Adamu as a minister. He was one of those columnists with Daily Trust when Daily Trust was Daily Trust. It is still Daily Trust anyway. Perhaps I'm only being nostalgic and making difference. I am nostalgic about Daily Trust of those days when you read columns of great writers like the analytical Muhammad Haruna, whose writings I always admire. His stance alone positions are well known on many national issues where he would be the only one against the rest, like Jide Ofo Adibe, the cerebral and celebrated one but not too radical columnist, a professor of political science and international relations and the founder of Adonis and Abbey Publishers and the online newspaper, the News Chronicle, like the Wordsmith under discussion. Adamu, whose opinions are always logically expressed, one is compelled by his powerful logic to agree with him, though I hardly agree with him on religion. But in other words, you agree with him. But come to talk about Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka is a literate. Well, in that rank, he is the iconoclastically perspicacious pierogi. That's some words Wole Soyinka use. Okay, let's go back to that of Adamu. Though younger Farouk Pierogi's acerbic criticisms have always been discomforting thorns in the flesh and lungs of those in the corridors of power. When he sneezed from far away Greater Atlanta in the United States, governments in Nigeria catch cold, and I pray his self-imposed asylum ends soon. What about the amiable Aisha Umaru Yusuf or thereabout, and the late veteran journalist and activist Bilikisu Yusuf, may her soul rest in peace, the sharp-witted and satirist Tunde Ashaju, the bookish Mamu Jega, etc. If you are familiar with these writers, you will appreciate my stance. Though these columnists still exist, Buhari's government has consumed many of them. Some still write for Daily Trust. However, And sadly, for one reason or the other, some do not write for Daily Trust any longer. It is in this Daily Trust that Adamu's above mischievously titled article was published. That was on Friday 10 to 2012. It was titled Soyinka Still on Borno State. But some online news media dubbed it as Adamu takes a swipe at Professor Wole Soyinka as if it is something new. The article, as written then, was apparently a reaction against what Adamu considered an uninformed assertion by Soyinka on the creation of Boko Haram, for which he fingered the northern establishment as culpable. To set the record straight once again, it wasn't only Adamu that angrily reacted. Many other writers did. Admittedly, Adamu's generated many rebuttals and rebuttals upon rebuttals. I can recall that of Nafata Bamaguje titled Adamu's tirade against Wole Soyinka. Not too long ago, we also read a vocabulariously migraine-inducing article by Remi Oyeyemi titled Wole Soyinka abating the arrows of the envious and ignorant of the article, and is full of vocabularies like arrows targeted at enemies. All said, maybe Wole Soyinka or Adamu, they are to any objective analyst who is bereft of jingoism and subjectivism, icons to be celebrated and special gifts to Nigeria. There is no need to set one against the other on issues that are bygone. Unearthing these bygone parts to me is media unprofessionalism and subterfuge. The viral article is an old article, please, and I think both have cheated their words, and that's gone. It seems I have showered encomiums on both Wole Soyinka and Adamu. Professor Soyinka, though not in government, is instrumental, of course, in bringing on board this lackluster government. As for Adamu, he is in government as the Minister of Education. Despite his wealth of knowledge and the virtue he is known for, the Education Ministry which he is ministering is in comatose. This needs no explanation. Too much grammar has been said here. Too much vocabulary has been said here. Well, I would like you to deduce some of it before I close this chapter. Should we blame Malam Adamu for it? This is debatable. What seems not to be debatable is that once you join this government, you are mysteriously incapacitated. If there are few exceptions who prove this assertion wrong, they are negligibly few of them. Well, I will use Abaribe as an example. Abaribe does not take nonsense despite being a senator, but despite being in this same administration, despite being in the government, he has not been biased about speaking the truth, and the truth also shall prevail. He was the one who stood as surety for Nnamdi Kanu, and he believes in true justice. He believes in true federalism. Abaribe believes in fundamental human rights. What are your takes towards this? What are your thoughts? You can go to the comment section and share that. Thanks for listening.